So yeah, let's get started with the personal statements workshop and then we'll have some time for breakout rooms. So breaking down the personal statement, what is a personal statement? So you'll see a personal statement being requested on your college application and on most summer program and some internship applications. It's usually the biggest writing piece you will do on the application, and it's a chance for you to tell your story to the admissions officer or the recruiter, whoever is reading your application. So the basic process of writing a personal statement from start to finish, you start with brainstorming, and that's something Annie taught you guys last week. And it's also included in the homework that you should have done in the week leading up to this meeting. So drafting is also something that comes, I guess, soon after brainstorming. And it's also something that we've asked you to do already. So these first two steps should have been at least attempted within the last week. Then we'll ask you to revise, and that will be pretty much your homework for this week. So it will be heavily on either revising or completing the drafts that you plan to do. So, and we'll talk about some ways to revise in the next slides. Peer editing is a very helpful and valuable tool most of the time. And there are some, I guess, dangers that you should avoid when you consider looking for a peer editor. And lastly comes the finalization of the essay. So that's when I guess you sit down, go through all the feedback, all the comments, all your revisions, and um, finalize your essay. So let's think back to the last time that you've read something, whether it be a fiction story, um, or I guess yes, let's focus on something narrative. How to tell a compelling story. And if anyone else has any other thoughts that they'd like to share, just feel free to type it in the chat and we'll go over it. So I want to talk about first choosing your own style. So everyone has their own voice and everyone has a preferred style of writing. Make sure that any edits still feel right in your story, especially in the flow. Um, and feedbacks and revisions at the end of the day should improve and enhance your story instead of change. And that leads into how did you evolve? How did you evolve? So, did you learn something? And what did you take away from that? And how did you change as a person? These two are very, very important and is pretty much, I guess, the point of a personal essay. It's telling your story on these two questions.